This is AARP's Fraud Watch Minute.
Welcome to this special edition of the AARP Fraud Watch Minutes. AARP wants to make sure that when the temperatures drop, no one tries to drop a fast one on you by stealing your hard-earned money or identity. When it comes to frauds and scams, there is no rest over the holidays or hibernation during the winter months. In this program, we will look at some common scams or frauds to look out for during the winter season and all year round. With me today is Steve Hahn, also with AARP North Carolina, and a representative on the North Carolina Senior Consumer Fraud Task Force.
Well, thank you, Mike, and thank you for joining us today. Nothing can leave you feeling colder in the winter than losing your money or identity because you didn't recognize the signs of a scam. So today we'll go over some of the more common scams and hear from some top fraud fighters and fraud prevention volunteers in North Carolina. Always remember, holiday deals that look too good to be true, well, they probably are. And if anybody tells you to pay them in Bitcoin, well, most likely that's a scam too.
The holidays are a time when many people feel festive and generous when it comes to charitable giving. So let's learn about how to donate wisely with this important message from North Carolina's Secretary of State, Elaine Marshall.
Hi, I'm North Carolina Secretary of State Elaine Marshall. One of our many important duties at the Secretary of State's office is protecting the giving public. I want everyone who is able to consider giving generously, but please also give wisely. A little homework up front can be the difference between your donation doing the most good possible for the causes you care about, or your money lining the pocket of a scam artist. We produce a charitable solicitation annual report each November that provides a meaningful snapshot of giving in North Carolina. You can also research individual charities registered with our Charitable Solicitation Licensing Division on our website at sosnc.gov. We even have a smart donor checklist for a handy list of suggested questions to ask charities calling for donations. Every time bad actors exploit people's charitable spirit, it can damage public trust in the good organizations who are working so hard every day for those in need. A few tips to make sure you don't get taken during the season of giving. If you get an unsolicited call, text, email, or social media message from an organization, independently search the organization online yourself. Be wary of high-pressure solicitations and never click on links in unsolicited messages. Make donations directly to the charity's official website. Fake charities with sound-alike names can prey on people's best intentions at any time, whether it's holiday giving season or in the wake of natural disasters. If you believe you've come across a fake charity, call us at 888-830-4989 or file a complaint on sosnc.gov. The Secretary of State's office is here to help you assure that your generosity can be a gift to as many people in need as possible.
Thank you, Secretary Marshall. As Steve mentioned, a growing concern when it comes to scams is the preferred payment method criminals use, cryptocurrency. When somebody asks you to pay in Bitcoin, it may be because crypto is hard to trace and recover. Many states and localities are warning consumers about the potential for fraud with Bitcoin ATM machines. And here to break it down for us, we've got North Carolina Attorney General Jeff Jackson.
Hi, I'm Jeff Jackson, your Attorney General. As you know, it is my job to be a shield for the people of the state, and that includes to be your shield against people who are trying to come after your money. We're seeing all kinds of scammers, but one kind in particular we're seeing more of is scammers who are using Bitcoin to try and get at your money. We had somebody lose their life savings recently. We have seen those stories pop up too often. We do not want that to happen to you. These crypto ATMs that have sprouted in gas stations around the state, you might see them the next time you're at your local convenience store. They are often being used as a part of these scams. They let you exchange your cash for cryptocurrency. And if you want to do that with your money, that's fine. But a lot of scammers will tell you that you will be under arrest, or they'll try and threaten you with a criminal charge, or they'll tell you that you have to pay a bunch of money to help a loved one in trouble. And what they'll do is they'll tell you to go to one of these crypto ATMs to pay that money. But if you do that, it is very difficult for us to get that money back. So please be careful. Think really hard before you use a crypto ATM. Talk to your friends and family about that, and know if anyone threatens you, it is probably a scammer. And if anyone says they're law enforcement and they're going to come arrest you, that is definitely a scam to get your money. So don't fall for it. Please be careful, and thank you.
Thank you, Attorney General Jackson. Do you know that AARP is a volunteer-led organization, and AARP Fraud Watch volunteers are spread all across the state, helping people learn how to spot, avoid, and report fraud? We'll hear from some of them in this program. If you're interested in volunteering to help fight fraud or simply being part of the effort to make our communities great, AARP has a role for you. Visit the website on the screen to get started. Now, let's hear from some of the volunteers and others who have important fraud prevention information to share. We've been talking about cryptocurrency so far, so let's explore this a bit more with Helen Savage.
Hi, my name is Helen Savage. I'm an AARP fraud volunteer. Today we're going to be talking about cryptocurrency scams. Cryptocurrency machines, or crypto ATMs, are now available in places like gas stations, grocery stores, and convenience stores. Crypto ATMs look like regular ATMs, but they're not. These machines are used to convert dollars into digital currency. In many cases, these scams begin with a message from someone claiming to be a trusted source, like your financial institution. Scammers say there's a problem with your account. They direct you to withdraw cash from your account and then head to a nearby crypto ATM. You'll be directed to feed cash into the machine where it will be converted to cryptocurrency and ultimately lands in the scammer's wallet. If someone ever contacts you about an emergency and directs you to a crypto ATM, it's a scam. Remember, be a fraud fighter. If you can spot a scam, you can stop a scam.
Paying for those holiday gifts or perhaps a winter getaway can be easy with a Cash App like Venmo or PayPal. These are peer-to-peer money transfer services not run by banks, but rather they're for users to send and receive money. But like with all new technologies, scammers are finding new ways to take advantage. So before using a Cash App, take note of the tips in this next video with AARP volunteer John Herring to make sure you're doing so safely.
Hi, I'm John Herring, part of AARP's Fraud Watch Network, and today we're going to talk about scams on apps like Venmo and Zelle. These can be great ways to send money between family and friends, but they also make it quick and seamless for criminals to steal your money, and they're doing it in all sorts of ways. You might get a message that appears to be from a loved one in trouble who needs you to send money quickly. Or you may see a discount for an online marketplace product if you make the payment through one of these apps. Both can be scams. Another one involves someone accidentally sending you money, then asking you to return it. Of course, their money is no good, and yours will be. Use these apps to send money to friends, family, and other people that you know and trust. But remember, they don't have the same consumer protections as credit cards. It's just like paying cash, instant and usually irreversible. So, if you ever receive an unexpected payment from someone you don't know, don't accept it. Just report it to the app provider and move on. Remember, be a fraud fighter. If you can spot a scam, you can stop a scam.
Let's take a minute to go over NC 211. If you do think you've been scammed or suspect some kind of wrongdoing, this is an easy way to connect with the right reporting agency. Dial 211 on your phone and a trained operator will come on to help. It's a great resource here in North Carolina, and you should feel free to use it. Lately, people have been reporting online scams, one that's an easy way for criminals to tap into your network of friends, just by getting you to accept their friend request. Here, AARP volunteer Jackie Alsis has more.
Hi, I'm Jackie Alsis, part of AARP's Fraud Watch Network, and today I'd like to talk to you about scams on social media sites, specifically on Facebook. Have you ever received a friend request and you know you're already friends, or a request from a stranger and you have no idea who they are? Scammers are very good at copying people's social media profiles and creating lookalikes. Criminals use these cloned Facebook accounts to access the person's real friend list, and for nefarious reasons. To fake a problem, to access sensitive information, to send out malicious links. Believe it or not, Facebook shut down more than 1 billion fake accounts in just 3 months during 2024. So the next time you get a friend request on Facebook, double check that you're not already friends. You can also click on their picture, and if no information is available, delete the request. Finally, after listening to this video, adjust the privacy settings of your account and limit who can see your posts and your profile details. Information like your workplace, career, school, hometown can all be used by scammers to build convincing cloned accounts and target your network. That's not to say don't show them, but if you do, understand how they can be used by criminals. Remember, be a fraud fighter. If you can spot a scam, you can stop a scam.
Black Friday, Cyber Monday, or pretty much any day of the year, online shopping has become as common as shopping at bricks and mortar stores. So to protect yourself when shopping online, listen carefully to this good advice from May Moore.
Hello, I am May Moore, an AARP Fraud Watch volunteer. The holiday shopping deals have already begun, but not all of those great deals you see online are legit. The start of the online holiday shopping season means that online scams intensify with it. Here are the 2 simple steps you can take to stay a step ahead of the Grinch this holiday shopping season. Type, don't click. The safest place to shop online is with retailers you trust by using their app or typing their web address into your browser. Also know that any unbelievable deal a social media friend messages you with is truly not to be believed. Fraud criminals are experts at hacking social media accounts, and one of the first things they do is send out online offers to a victim's friends and family. Be a fraud fighter. If you can spot a scam, you can stop a scam.
Before we learn a bit more, don't forget, AARP can help you stay informed with the AARP Fraud Watch Network and the AARP Veterans Fraud Center, 2 free resources to help you with the educational tools you need to spot, avoid, and report fraud. I encourage you to learn more and sign up for the AARP Fraud Watchdog alerts by visiting the websites on your screen. Moving on, let's look at how we are moving around this winter. Many of us have hit the highways to visit friends and loved ones. Let's take a look at a common scam that seems to never go away: toll road scams.
Hi, I'm Annette Eubanks. I'm a part of the AARP Fraud Watch Network, and I want to share a very important message with you today. If your phone's been lighting up with messages saying you owe a road toll, you're not alone. Criminals are blasting out fake texts pretending to be from government agencies or toll services. Their goal? To scare or rush you into clicking a link, handing over personal information, or making a payment. Here's what you need to know. Legitimate toll agencies don't collect payment via text message, and they won't threaten you over a missed toll. If you get a message about unpaid tolls, do not respond or click on any links, even if it looks legit. Instead, check your account using the state tolling agency or transponder company's legitimate website or phone number, not information from the message. Remember, be a fraud fighter. If you can spot a scam, you can stop a scam.
A lot of people, both young and old, find seasonal employment at this time of year. What should we know about so-called holiday jobs, and how can we know if an opportunity is a scam? Well, here's AARP volunteer Connie Bonebrake to tell us more.
Hi, I'm Connie Bonebrake, an AARP Fraud Watch volunteer. Many Americans are on the hunt for the perfect remote job or side hustle, and criminal scammers are ready to exploit their ambitions. With work-from-home jobs increasing in popularity and employment scams on the rise, now is a great time to review the warning signs of a shady job posting. First, beware of any job that offers a large income with little to no training or experience. Likewise, avoid any position that requires you to pay in advance for certifications, training, or equipment. Business offers guaranteed to pay off quickly or double your investment are also highly suspicious. Make sure to check that job sites specializing in remote work screen the openings and companies listed. And don't assume a position is genuine just because it was posted on a legitimate job board. Furthermore, it's important to be cautious of online testimonials. Work-at-home sites are full of fake personal stories of people claiming to make thousands of dollars a month because they took advantage of this amazing opportunity. Be a fraud fighter. If you can spot a scam, you can stop a scam.
North Carolina was fortunate enough to avoid a major hurricane this year, but we are always concerned about extreme weather. Criminals often try to cash in on weather-related emergencies and disasters. Let's learn more in this short video with DeMarcus Andrews.
Hi, my name is DeMarcus Andrews, and I'm with AARP and a member of the Fraud Watch Network. Today, I'd like to talk to you about a scam that's happening right now. With hurricane season in full swing, it's important to remind ourselves that when the clouds roll out, criminal scammers tend to move in. Following extreme weather events, criminals impersonate government, utility, and insurance workers. They may show up at your door or call with promises of federal grants, priority repairs, or faster claim processing in exchange for a fee or upfront deposit. While actual Federal Emergency Management Agency agents may visit your home to assist, they will never ask for a payment and will carry a government-issued laminated photo badge. A FEMA shirt or jacket is not proof of identity. Be cautious of door-to-door insurance and utility solicitations promising special or expedited assistance. Even if the offer appears genuine, ask for more information and never give money on the spot. Remember, be a fraud fighter. If you can spot a scam, you can stop a scam.
As we wrap up this special edition of AARP Fraud Watch Minutes, keep in mind that it is always important to talk about frauds and scams. There is no profile of a victim. We are all prone to these crimes, regardless of age and education. Reporting suspicious activity is also critical. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. There is no shame in falling for a scam. It can happen to any of us. But law enforcement needs to know to be able to spot trends, patterns, and to follow up with enforcement action. You can report fraud in North Carolina directly to the Attorney General's hotline at 877-5-NO-SCAM. Or through a unique partnership with United Way, you can simply dial 211 for further assistance and fraud reporting information. You can also get the free assistance of trained fraud specialists and volunteers through the AARP Fraud Watch Helpline by calling 877-908-3380.
I'd like to say a special thank you to Attorney General Jeff Jackson, Secretary of State Elaine Marshall, and our fraud-fighting volunteers for all this great information today. I'm reminding you to sign up for Fraud Watchdog alerts at aarp.org/fraud and request more information or a local presentation by sending an email to AARP North Carolina at ncaarp@aarp.org.
Before we wrap up today, if you or someone you know suspects a scam or fraud, you are not alone. Americans lost at least $12.5 billion to fraud in 2024, a 25% increase in reported losses from 2023. But there is a free service that can help. Listen to this important message from Greg Howe to learn more about AARP's free fraud helpline.
Hi, I'm Greg Howe. I'm an AARP Fraud Watch Network volunteer, and I'm here today to talk to you about fraud. If there's one thing everyone should understand, it's that scammers are career criminals skilled in the art of manipulation, and no one is immune. These crooks target people of any age. In fact, 41% of those who reported a fraud loss to the Federal Trade Commission in 2023 were under the age of 30. So what can a person do if they experience fraud? One resource is the AARP Fraud Watch Network helpline. Every weekday, trained AARP volunteer fraud fighters are helping victims and their families understand what happened, report the crime, and start to put their lives back together. That number is 1-877-908-3360. We also offer an online small group victim support program to help address the emotional harm fraud victimization causes. Learn more at aarp.org/fraud support. Be a fraud fighter. If you can spot a scam, you can stop a scam.
Don't forget, whether it's protecting your hard-earned savings or your health, you have a wise friend when it comes to AARP. Thanks for watching this program today. Remember, be cautious with too good to be true offers. Also, if someone pressures you to buy gift cards or send them Bitcoin as a form of payment, it likely is a scam.
Also, whether you ordered a new TV or a space heater, scammers sent emails or texts pretending to be from known delivery services. Always verify through official channels.
We hope you find great joy this season and throughout the winter months. And remember to stay vigilant. As we like to say, if you can spot a scam, you can stop a scam.